Extremist groups use propaganda to manipulate emotions, in particular those of young people. Propaganda promotes a set of narratives, an ideology that offers a binary perspective of victimhood: us, the in-group; aggressors, them, the out-group. Extremist propaganda has clear-cut messages that promise clarity, status, adventure, meaning, and other emotional and social benefits, such as belonging to a new family, brotherhood, or sisterhood. Counter and alternative narratives offer alternatives to vulnerable young people, and as such are tools to prevent radicalization. The RAND Policy and Practice event in Madrid on the 25th of April 2018 looked into how governments can support and enhance the creation of effective alternative and counter narratives, and how young people can be involved.
How do you ensure that the messages at the heart of your campaigns are pitched right for young people?
There's two main ways. So the first is by doing a proper target audience analysis, where you come to understand what language they use, how they speak, what they care about, what they're passionate about, where they come from and where they are and who they trust. But then the second stage really is you then need to get young people involved once you start making the messages using the audience analysis, and then have them test it, because how we understand words and language as adults is very different to how another adult understands it, let alone how a young person or a vulnerable young person understands it.
We do evaluation rounds. That would mean I would go in a classroom with a lot of young people from different backgrounds and their teachers, and show them the video content that we produced, and then open the round for any critical remarks, questions and concerns.
How can we help you convey your messages to vulnerable young people?
Policymakers can help us in multiple ways. For one, they can help us by bringing us to their networks to let us interact with people already active in the field, with professionals, with experts. So that way, we know what we're doing, we can be guided while at the same time we're being taken seriously. Do you currently involve young people in tackling radicalization in your country?
Not really, and for now, not specifically directed to tackling radicalization. We do have a project to start working with young people, but we are still trying to understand how to do it. We have a program, again, in our public security police. They go to schools and they work with young people to tackle different kinds of violence. We intend them to be the vehicle to implement this new campaign. To select the target audiences, to select the messengers. Have you found particular approaches to be effective in countering binary extremist narratives?
I became aware of a very, very powerful play done in a youth theater by young people themselves. And when I think about alternative narratives, that is maybe the most powerful, efficient one that I've become aware so far. So there were young people from this youth theater that produced a whole play themselves about the story of a young man being at risk of radicalizing himself. And everything, the content, the selection of actors, everything about the play was done by young people themselves and activists involved in that youth theater. And what was so powerful about it, that they really dared to tackle all these social grievances that are instrumentalized by Salafist groups.
What are the most standout campaigns that you've seen, and why were they so effective?
One good example would be Donate the Hate. Every time someone posts a hate comment on Facebook, people can alert the campaign Donate the Hate, and that campaign can pick that hate comment up, and with that hate comment actually ask people to make donations for the cause that message is hating against. I think it's very effective because it's a very simple call to action. It's a fun call to action.